the question is it possible to value all of humanity? And I think what you said there, when I am interacting with someone one-on-one, I find it easier to see the value of someone. But we live in a society where we can see a lot of things that are happening outside of our even control. Mm-hmm. And we kind of talked a little bit about this, about our internet life a little bit. It can be very difficult because all you're seeing is someone's actions or what someone said. And so the question is, how can we value all of humanity? Like I said, it's a little easier when you're in interaction with them and you can actually see who they are. And as people of faith, as people of that hear the voice of God, we can even see how God sees them, even if maybe the actions don't align. My thought is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Probably not. But I will say this. Jesus tells us that all things are possible to those who believe.
Yes.
We know from John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave. So it's possible to love all humanity, possible to those who believe, if we align our hearts with him, with his view of the person.
Yeah. Because he knows who he created them to be. He knows what he's called them to do. He sees the fullness of their potential.
And that's why you have to ask yourself, God, ask the Lord, God, show me how you see this person. Because then you can align to his value for the person and maybe not your own personal opinion of them.
We talk a lot about the prophetic. Let's get real practical with the prophetic. Lord, reveal to me what you see in this person. Lord, give me a word of knowledge. Give me a word of wisdom. God, I want to see the way you see. Let us use our prophetic revelation, not just to stand up and just prophesy in church, not just to, draw people to us and say, aren't we great, in the prophetic and all this stuff. No, let's just go into the places of darkness and just shine like a light. And I really don't want to finish this podcast without talking about devaluation. I want to address first, before I go there, Joel, I hate injustice. I cannot hate the person, but I can hate what some people do.
Well, that's the question. Can you value someone if you hate what the person does? Or
most definitely.
Well, I think, God so loved the world that he gave his only son, but it also says that he died for us while we were yet sinners.
While we were enemies to him.
And Jesus constantly called out people for their wrong, but he still valued them as a person, whether it was a Pharisee or a tax collector. He did point out their wrongdoing, but he always did it because it was hurting them, because he valued them.
So you can show value even in disagreement.
Most definitely. And I think
which is hard for most of humanity.
But here, will you be drawn to somebody who is critical of you, devalues you, is judgmental against you, stereotyping you, having all these biases against you? Are you going to be drawn to them? Are you going to care about their opinion? Are you going to allow them to influence you at all? Are you going to allow them to speak into your life? Absolutely not. So we're trying to change our world by hatred and anger and judgment and prejudices and biases and stereotypes. I mean, who are we to stereotype a whole group of people, whether it's a race or a gender or
way of thinking, their opinions, whether
all political leaders, all lawyers, all preachers, all whatever. And it's like, who are we to do that?
Yeah.